And the general election is only a couple months away, but will voting turnouts from the primary election carry over? Why election officials are weighing in. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 27 News at 6. I'm Mackenzie Davis.
And I'm David George. A recent study shows that 70% of newly registered voters in the August primary were women. But will these same voters be motivated to head to the polls in November? 27
News Capitol Bureau reporter Denisha Richard is live at the State House to tell us what election officials think. Denisha.
Well, Mackenzie, a recent study says that the increased number of women voters in the primary election, well, it could be quite the concern for Republicans come November. Now, was the abortion amendment, according to political officials or political experts, that brought out women to the primary election. But many wonder that will that happen in November as well? The push continues to keep the momentum going as Kansans get closer to that general election coming up in November, with some voters even nicknaming the general election Roevember to remind women of their impact at the polls. I spoke with an election official today who says that while it may be a little too early to predict how many women or voters in general may come out to the November election, there is one thing that's easy to pinpoint: what will actually bring them to the polls.
Motivations from candidates and campaigns and how they actively work at putting their messaging out and encouraging people to have reasons to show up. Like, here's what's on the ballot, here's why it matters.
Now, for a little perspective here, Howell did also add that he does believe the turnout will be significantly higher in the November election. To think about that, the primary election brought out record numbers of voters. David, Mackenzie, back to you.
All right, Denisha, thank you for that update. We will definitely be watching that as November rolls around.